Just want to check that you can hear me. Please let me know if the volume is okay. Can you hear my voice okay? Okay, good. Just driving in the car. It's a late night drive, so I know it's a bit dark, but I do have an important message for you today. It's an important topic, something that no one really talks about. When the narcissist finally leaves you alone. This is something that many of you are experiencing now, or it may be something you haven't experienced yet, but it will happen in time. And it's very important to talk about this, because it does have an effect on you. The narcissist trained you. They conditioned you to where your life revolved around them. They were the most important thing in your life. And then for them to just finally leave you alone, that can have a detrimental effect on you, because you were addicted. They were the most important thing in your life. First thing in the morning, when you woke up, you were thinking about them. You were worrying about them throughout the day. And then before you went to bed at night, they're constantly on your mind. And some of you, when you really accept that the narcissist is gone for good, you may wish that they would hoover you. You may go calling back to them. You may beg. You may do anything for them. And the reason for that is because at some point from dealing with them, you lost all of your passions in life. You were taken off your purpose, what you were destined to do. You stopped doing that. And the narcissist became your new purpose in life. That's not good. That's not healthy. And then when they just go and leave you alone, you feel so lost. Because it's like this thing that your life revolved around is no longer there. My purpose. They gave your life meaning. As strange as that sounds, they did. And then when they break away, think that's why it's so hard. Because you think that if you had other things, I mean, I'm sure you did before you met them, but they take it all away from you. And if you had other things that you were passionate about, other things that really meant something to you, your purpose in life, if you had that, you'd probably be able to move on a lot more easily. It's because they take all of that stuff away from us and they isolate us. That's what makes it so hard. Because I've been there in the past. I remember what it was like to have nothing to do for the day other than just sit by the phone, hoping the narcissist will call me, hoping that they will message me on social media. And it's impossible to move on like that. So this is the message for you. To put it simply, what are you doing? What's going on in your life? Do you have anything more important than the narcissist? Anything that you are passionate about? Because it is very important for you to have that. You have to put your mind on something else. And I know many of you will hold yourselves back. You're just thinking to yourself, you just got to hold on. Just got to wait a moment. Because maybe the narcissist will come back. They will be there for you. Things will be okay again. And then you're just stopping yourself. I mean, at first it was like the narcissist was clearly holding you back from everything in life. They were the ones keeping you down. But as crazy as it sounds, once they finally leave you alone, the only person in your way is yourself. You end up holding yourself back. They didn't even need to do anything anymore. You're doing it on your own. And I think sometimes they know that, and that's just another reason why they leave you alone. Because in their minds they're thinking, you're not going to be anything great anyway. It's only when things start getting better for you that then they may pop up again. Just to know if they still have some influence over you. But yeah, this is definitely something that happens. Sometimes the narcissist will just leave you alone. They'll be gone, they'll be out of there. Especially if they've found someone who's a fool, a doormat, someone who will do whatever they want, someone who doesn't confront them, they've got someone like that, they don't need you anymore. And I know many of you are so stuck. They could tell you that they found someone else. You could see the pictures, and you'll still be waiting for them. You'll still be hoping that they're going to come back. And that's not right. When someone does that, it's over. There's no going back after that. Things are never going to be the same. Even if they're not a narcissist, it doesn't matter. But yeah, when they finally leave you alone, that really, you should let that to reveal who you are, how strong your character is. Because some people, when that happens, they fall apart. They end up drinking, doing drugs. They start engaging in reckless behavior. They become angry at the world because they got no other purpose in life. That's why. There's nothing that's more significant to them than the narcissist. But if you do have something else, that's going to separate you from the victims that just fall apart at the end of it. You need to have something that holds you together. If you have that, then there's nothing stopping you then. I mean, that's your motivation. Or even if you don't have something, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's over. As long as you have the desire for something, and that desire makes you want to take action. Because that's another thing that can help. If you have a strong desire for something, and you'll do whatever it takes to get it. You might not get it the first time. You might not get it the second time. It may take a few tries. Something towards what you want. But you just don't give up. Yeah, you experience failures. You experience setbacks. But you don't let that define you. Don't let anyone define you. Instead, you just keep it moving. Learn us too. That's what separates us from those who are the victims until the day they die. It's that we don't let the narcissist define us. And not only that, but we don't let the abuse define us. It was just something that happened. Something we had to go through to make us stronger and wiser. It doesn't have to define us. That doesn't have to be who we are for the rest of our lives. Yeah, it's really important to have something outside of the narcissist, something you desire, something you're striving to attain, because that's what really gets you out of the victim mode. That's what determines your success. Taking accountability. Accountability is very important. That's what prevents us from making the same mistakes again and again. If we're always blaming someone else, how can we improve? And that's not to say that other people can't be at fault. They can. But there's always some changes that we can make to make ourselves better. Sometimes you just got to ask yourself the question, what matters to me in this life? What's important to me? What is my purpose? And if I don't know what it is right now, how can I find out what it is? What do I have to do? Where do I have to go? Who do I have to meet? Sometimes you just gotta put yourself in the shoes of the person that you want to be, whether it's in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years, however long it may be. Start taking action as though you are that person right now. What would you do if you were the ideal version of yourself right now? Would you be worrying about the narcissist? Would you be wondering what they're doing right now? Probably not. But of course, I'm not saying that this information isn't helpful. Of course, it's not always about the narcissist that you were dealing with. I mean, I think we can agree that it's becoming more and more common now. So we do need to be aware of this and to continue to educate on. But if you have this information, that could be the deciding factor in whether or not you end up with one again. But I'm more speaking on this specific person, when they finally leave you alone, maybe they already have, it was all fake. They were in your corner. If anything, they were just an obstruction to your happiness and success. They were the problem. They were the person that you should have got rid of. It's like you became addicted to someone who was holding you back. But they used intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes they would tell you how much they care about you, how much they love you, and how they want the best for you. But if you look at the relationship as a whole, how much action did they actually take? Sometimes it's hard to accept. You don't want to believe that it's all fake. You don't want to think that you were dealing with a fake person all that time you wasted. Yeah, I know you think in your mind, no, this person loved me. I know it. How